Hello, welcome back to Lightbulb Podcast. I'm your host, American Lightbulb, and I delivered as I said that yeah, this weekend was a fucking it's a weekend to remember. Um, if you don't remember on the last podcast, I did, or I'm not sure if I did not. It's been a while. I don't re-listen my own shit sometimes just for editing sakes. But I did mention the fact that I will be going bald, and if you've been on my Instagram stories, you would know that I did, in fact, went bald. If you don't know what my Instagram is, it's American dot lightbulb underscore, not underscore, but like under that underline bulb. Not sure if that's correct. And all that. I barely remember my own Instagram handle because I'm a dumb fuck. But if you've been there, you would see I did a lot of unhinged shit while being bald. Um, well, for starters, I'm fucking bald, and I shaved my head again today because I think I got attached to being bald, which is quite concerning considering the fact that it was supposed to be a one-time thing, and now I'm like, my hair regrew out too fast. Because literally the next day I already had stubbles for hair, and that's a big fucking no-no. I want to be like shiny bald and all that shit, but oh well, you win some, you lose some. Who gives a fuck? The entire experience was a night was a fever dream too, because it took 2 hours to shave my entire head bald. We ran out of shaving cream. My friends had to go ahead grab another additional razor, and we had to use soap. It was raining. We did outside first. It was raining, so me and all the dumbasses went into his bathtub. He gave me a pair of his like oversized like swimming trunks. Put that shit on. Then I was blinded for the entire time because there was soap in my eyes. One of my eyes, I looked like a beat up dog. You know, like one of those photos of like, you remember that one episode from Family Guy where they had like what, skinless or like hairless like Peter in the fucking shed? Yeah, that's what I looked like the entire time, except I was way more fit. And yeah, and then it just regrew back, but it didn't stop me. I still was my skinhead behavior, my little baldy waldy behavior, and yeah, it was a fucking trip. I'll give you that. Ooh, shit I did, man. I was fucking eating and driving at the same time too. Fucking, what was it, ribs? Yeah, I stole some ribs from like some of my friends, and I just went driving around while eating on the ribs. If I remember correctly, it was left hand on the wheel, right hand holding the ribs, and music was blasting. So yeah, sorry I had to take a sip out of my tea, but yeah, it was a fucking dream. I'll give you that. Then not only that, I was walking around mostly half naked because you know what, fuck it, I'm bald. I have a golf club in the back. Yeah, it was fun, but but I think the real fun wasn't even the fact that I went bald, but the fact that I spent $30. Well, 22 or 23 with the help of one of my friends. He gave me $7, and I bought a GP5 gas mask with two filters, one Israeli and the other one Russian. I can't use Russian filter because of Abistos and such shit. I'm not sure. Like, I probably butchered that pronunciation. I didn't even try. But yeah, I had to go. It was an experience walking around with a gas mask, because next thing you know, I went full fucking stalker mutant. Now I never read any of the Metro books, but according to the people who saw me behave with the mask, they were like, "Yep, Metro stalker mutant and all that shit." And I don't blame them because I got on all fours and I started running around chasing my friends and fucking attacking them. One of them at least. Then I was manhandling firecrackers, fireworks, no, low powered fireworks. They weren't even nothing special. It was just, like the legal shit that you would get, something that'll in the community. I held a firecracker and it exploded in my hand, but I had safety gloves on, so that was nice. So, I'm not missing a chunk of my skin or some shit because I decided to manhandle gunpowder or some shit like that. But I think the best experience, and I really wanted to bring some friends over to talk about this, but it didn't fucking work out. But the best fucking experience had to be the one where I literally did what every Sigma male would do. Well, in quotation marks. No, not even quotation marks. Like true fucking Sigma males. Instead of taking a personality, I invented a new one. Just out of the thin air. I called myself Johnson's, and I started, running around on not even like on all four, or I was bipedal, and I was walking around with my chair. Yeah, I stole a chair, a foldable chair. Like one of those like shitty foldable chairs that they usually have at like concert or some shit like that. Actually, no, in concerts you usually stand, but you get the point. It's a metal folding chair. I just stole one of those, and I walked around in it while in the gas mask and half naked, and honestly, I think that was probably one like the most best experience I had that entire weekend. Then after that, I downed 2 bottles of ice Smirnoff and went home after 2 or 3 hours of walking around. Now, I wasn't wearing a mask constantly because apparently the mask breathing thing is it's very tough. Like, you thought like a normal Halloween mask would be okay, but a GP5, that's, not for cosplay, but like an actual GP5 mask, which are surprisingly also used for cosplay a lot of time, but beside the point, it's really hard to breathe in it, so, because it was like a latex thing, it's not like, most gas masks, which is like, okay, you put it over your face, you adjust the strap in the back, and if anything, you can just go ahead, slip it out. No. The mask stayed on, and if I wanted to breathe through the mask, I had to breathe through these, like, holes at the bottom, which weren't the best, if I do dare say so myself. Oh, God. I still feel like shit. I'm not sure why. I got sick one day, so I popped a bunch of allergy meds, and, yeah, I just... But yeah, it was quite a fucking experience. Now, as for anything that happened, it's kind of sad that I just summarized the entire thing within 10 minutes. There was no other finer details, because quite literally, most of the people there were quite fucking boring, to be quite frank. It wasn't like one of those like memories that you can go ahead and like, always constantly remember that. But you know what? I feel like now will be a perfect time to be talking about some of my other memories. Now, usually, I would go ahead and talk about these memories with the people I experienced with, but I feel like I could probably bring in one or two more memories because fuck it, why not? There's nothing else more I can say. But shit, I'm trying to remember like what would be a good memory to bring up now. Honestly, actually, no. I'm sorry I wasted like 2 minutes of your time. I probably was trying to stretch for some type of goal, but you know what? Fuck it. I realized I have to at least make above 20 minutes per video, which is what I think would be like an ideal, like, what you call it, time now, like 20, like above the 25-minute mark. That's the minimum I want to be like for at least a podcast. And honestly, to be quite frank, my schedule's kind of fucked up for the podcast. I have the basic idea down of how I want to do this shit, being like, oh, okay, so, like, I want to go ahead and talk, like probably on Tuesday or Monday, then edit the video on Wednesday or like on Tuesday, and then upload it on Wednesday. But now considering the fact that I'm recording this at 11:09 on a Wednesday, which is when I'm supposed to be uploading this shit, yeah, it's not fun. Considering the fact that the editing software I use for some reason thinks it's a good idea to stretch out the entire thing, the process of making the video to like 2 hours, like 1 hour and 30 minutes max. Fastest I ever made a video was probably like 50 minutes. And then putting that all together, at least like 25 to 30 minutes of recording, plus, then going ahead, putting it all into the editing software, combining all the thing, making the thumbnails and all that shit, that would probably take me like less than 5 minutes. And next thing you know, it takes like a 3-hour thing just to make one episode. And honestly, it's not that I don't have time to like waste and all that. I'm, out of school as of right now because of, summer break and such. So I have all the time in the world and I should not be complaining. But nonetheless, yeah. I don't fucking know, man. Like, I've been trying to bring some guests over to the podcast, but I honestly don't have the time and all that. But, however, it still feels so weird. Like, I really want to go ahead and end the podcast here right now because I'm just dragging this shit out. But, I have to go ahead and reach a certain mark because I said so, and I want to at least go ahead and make this at least sub 25, like the sub 30 minutes at least. I mean, it's at least above 25, but I don't know how to fucking explain this shit. But you know what, fuck it, let's talk about recent news because I'm running dry on things and I already said whatever the fuck I wanted to say. So, yeah, my greatest motivation is finally back. If you don't know about me if you did, what the fuck did I just say? Jesus Christ, I have to get my fucking shit together. But, besides that fucking small schizo shit, in other news, Raccoon Eggs finally decided to upload a video after being silent for, I think about, like, a couple of months. I mean, well, he went on the podcast and talked, like, speaking of which, I have my computer right next to me. Let me go ahead and search up the podcast. Give me a second. YouTube.com. If you're up to this point, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel, please. I wouldn't mind, having more subscribers, talking about that shit. Hold on a fucking minute. Give me a second. Raccoon Eggs. I don't care about his face reveal. Yeah, so from the time I'm making this podcast, 2 days ago, he uploaded a video that he's back. Personally, he's one of my favorite podcasters / YouTubers. I remember watching all of his videos. Well, not all of it, but, most of his videos. From his how-to videos and all that shit. I mean, I already talked about this before. I already mentioned it. I'm not going to go ahead and loop back to this shit again. Let me see if I can find his podcast real quick because I'm going to go ahead and compare the time frame. The podcast. So, his last known video was 11 months ago. And on his channel, it was 2 years ago. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's even 2 years ago. Let me go ahead and check. August 9. Yeah, it's about 3 years, I would say. Yeah, about 3 years. It's more leaning 3 years than 2 years, but honestly, seeing this man, being back, makes me feel kind of happy and motivated to do more shit like this, because I mentioned this in an earlier episode before, not sure which episode, But honestly, raccoon eggs is probably one of like my greatest motivators for like he's one of the reasons why I want to start this podcast. Like short say, because his podcast is what brought me to the other podcasts. Listening back when I was listening to podcasts. Nowadays I don't listen to much podcasts because I don't have my own time. Plus, I'm managing my own. But God damn it. But anyway, I was saying, yeah, he's one of the reasons why I really want to start a podcast. And seeing him being back and saying like, he might upload sometimes, he might upload on Twitch or some shit like that. His upload schedule was very shitty enough back when, he was uploading, constantly. But either way, he's probably, one of the OGs, and see the fact that, he's still keeping it up, like his old jokes and all that. I mean, surely the videos were outdated and it was just shit that he scrapped up because he didn't want to go ahead and just make an announcement without having any content behind it. But his humor is still the same, and I'm proud of that. Because in reality, like, okay, I don't know where I'm going off of this anymore, but I mean, listen, I only got like 4 more minutes. I just want to stress this out for fuck's sakes. Yeah, I'm sorry this podcast is completely underwhelming because I was the one making all the memories on that day. Why? Because my friends are, a bunch of cuckle fucks. I mean, I could go ahead and, show the photos of the shit I did, but if you're already on my Instagram, you would have already known the shit I got up to. And I don't feel like going ahead and reciting it. But there was some good memories. It was just a shame that it was only me and my schizo ass, doing all this shit. And, yeah. As a matter of fact, if you even reach this far into the podcast, which unlikely not a lot of people do, I want you to go ahead and go to the comment section real quick and tell me how you spend your 4th of July. Because we did all our fireworks on the 3rd, and then on the 4th we did absolutely nothing, because the 4th was a shitty day for all of us, because it was only just the 3 of us left. The rest went home, and honestly, 2 girls and 1 boy hanging out is probably not, fun. Considering the fact that, it was a gym day, and even then, gym went shit, because, there's not a lot you can do in the community gym, because it was absolutely ass. But, however, I am kind of, proud looking on to see what's going to be the rest of July. Actually, yeah, I'm going to be... Fuck, I completely lost what I said. I remember back when I started this podcast, I said that, over time I'll go ahead and improve. I'm not sure. I might have to go ahead and re-listen to my first podcast later on. Probably, like, either tomorrow or tomorrow. I'll just, go ahead and fucking re-listen to my podcast, and I'm just going to see there's going to be a huge quality difference, hopefully. Or probably the fact that I'm now stuttering more because I'm running out of shit to tell. And, all the shit I want to say, I have it saved for, other people. When I invite people over so we can talk about it and, create more dialogue within it. But, it's hard because people have their own lives. I have my own lives. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start working soon. Because, I want to afford all the dumb shit I want to afford. Like, probably going to start fucking trading like fucking masks or some shit like that. I mean, it will be cool, but I'm not really tempted to trade that shit because I'm really unable to let go of shit that I have. Like, once I have it, I'm keeping it unless I get a better deal. I'm not big on the trading thing, if you know what I mean. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is. You can't be, perfect with that shit. So, yeah. But I've reached my 20-minute mark, and I'm gonna stop wasting everyone's time because, let's face it, you're on a time budget. I'm on a time budget. Time is equal. Money is equal to time. Time is equal to money. Actually, no, it's time is equivalent to money. Fuck. I even got the quotes wrong, messed up, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this poorly fucking made episode because I surely did. Talking 20 minutes into the fucking microphone and all that shit. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Toodaloo, bitches.